Welcome to our channel. Please like and subscribe. What if I told you that someone earning 1,000,000 pesos a year can still be broke, while someone earning far less can actually be building real wealth? That sounds backwards, but it's true. And the reason comes down to one simple concept: cash flow. Today we're going to break down what cash flow really is, why it matters more than income, and how understanding this one idea can completely change your financial life. Let's start with the basics. Cash flow is simply the movement of money in and out of your life. Money coming in, that's inflow. Money going out, that's outflow. That's it, simple, but don't let the simplicity fool you, because this is where everything changes. Most people focus on income. How much do I earn? What's my salary? How can I get a raise? And yes, income matters, but income alone does not tell you if someone is financially healthy, because what really matters is what happens after the money comes in. Let's look at two people. Person A earns 100,000 a month. Person B earns 40,000 a month. At first glance, Person A looks more successful. But here's the twist. Person A spends 110,000 every month. Lifestyle upgrades, expensive subscriptions, debt payments. Meanwhile, Person B spends only 30,000. Now let's compare their cash flow. Person A is negative 10,000 every month. Person B is positive 10,000 every month. So who is actually in a better financial position? The answer is obvious, because cash flow, or not income, determines whether you are moving forward or slowly sinking. Positive cash flow means you have money left over. Negative cash flow means you're falling behind, even if it doesn't look like it on the surface. And this is exactly how people end up trapped. They earn more, so they spend more. They upgrade their lifestyles, but never improve their cash flow. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest financial traps in the modern world. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Cash flow doesn't just affect your present, it controls your future. Because the money you keep is what gives you options. Options to invest, options to start a business, options to take risks. Without positive cash flow, you are stuck. You are dependent on your next paycheck every single month. And that's not freedom. That's survival. Let's talk about how wealthy people think about this. Wealthy individuals don't just chase income. They build systems that create consistent, positive cash flow. They buy assets. Assets are things that put money into your pocket regularly. For example, rental property, dividend-paying stocks, businesses that generate profit. Each of these creates cash flow without requiring constant effort. Compare that to liabilities. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. Car loans, credit card debt, expensive gadgets that lose value. These reduce your cash flow month after month. So the real goal is not just to earn more, it's to increase the gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is your power. Now let's slow this down and make it practical. How do you actually improve your cash flow? There are only two ways: increase inflow or decrease outflow. That's it. But most people only focus on one side, earning more, and they completely ignore the other side, spending smarter. Sometimes the fastest way to improve your financial life is not by making more money, but by controlling what leaves your pocket. Look at your expenses, subscriptions you don't use, impulse purchases, high-interest debt. Each one is silently draining your cash flow. Now, imagine removing just a few of these. Suddenly, you create breathing room. And that breathing room is where opportunity begins. Once you have positive cash flow, you can start redirecting it. Instead of spending everything, you invest a portion. And over time, those investments begin to generate their own cash flow. This is where things compound, because now your money is working to produce more money. And that is how wealth is actually built, not from a single paycheck, but from consistent, positive cash flow reinvested over time. Let's pause here, because this is the turning point. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this: income shows how much you earn. Cash flow shows how well you live, and more importantly, how long you can keep going without stress, without debt, without pressure. Now let's address a common mistake. People think, I'll focus on cash flow later, once I'm earning more. But that's backwards. If you can't manage 40,000, you won't magically manage 100,000. The habits stay the same. That's why learning cash flow early is so powerful. It builds discipline, it builds awareness, it builds control, and control is what leads to freedom. So here's a simple challenge. For the next 30 days, track every peso that comes in and every peso that goes out. No guessing, no assumptions, just clarity. Because once you see your cash flow clearly, you can finally start to change it. And once you change it, you change your financial direction slowly, then suddenly. So the next time someone talks about income, remember to ask yourself a better question. Not, how much do I make? But, how much do I actually keep? Because that answer is what truly determines your future. And that is the power of cash flow. That was excellent. Please like and subscribe for daily lessons. See you next time.